good, everybody? Mr. J here, and today's Mod Day. Yes, sir. Tell him, D, what's today? Today's Mod Day. Yes, sir. D-Dub knows what it is. It's Mod Day today. Heading on down to the studio, show you guys what I got. Got a pretty good one today. Been holding on to this for about a month, ever since I did the giant unboxing video. And take you guys in the studio, show you what I got. Let's get it going. All right, y'all, here we go. Flossie Carter style. What we have here is the Akaso mirror dash cam. So it is a dash cam and a mirror all in one. Plain box. And the reason why I went with this, why dash cams are important, is because, you know, it's just the day and age that we live in. You know, we don't know when somebody's gonna act a fool, come around the corner, hit us, whatever. You know, so you definitely want to be prepared to, you know, prove negligence if, you know, there was any negligence, you know, to have been, you know, proved. Because, you know, say a hit and run accident or whatever, there's certain hoops and hurdles that you would have to, you know, jump through if you do not have your bases covered. So this is all about protecting yourself and, you know, just making sure that you can protect yourself as best as possible. I like this one. The reason why I like this one is because it records both front and back at the same time. You know, cover all your bases. You know, rear ends, whatever, simultaneous recording. You know, these are very important. You get insurance discounts for having them. You know, as well as, you know, in this day and age, you know, it's just an unfortunate truth that, you know, some of us have to be worried when we get pulled over. So, you know, and remember, they're wearing cameras to tell their story, you know? So get you a camera that will tell your story. But here we go. You know, it's a 12-inch mirror, so it's gonna be a little bit bigger than what's already on the car. And the one on the car, I'm gonna check to see if there's any sensors. I might remove it just for, you know, a clean install. But let's take a look what we got here. There's the mirror itself. So backside. Okay, this is not that thick at all. Cool. Got the camera right here. It should be adjustable. But basically you got these clips, and these clips are gonna clip over your existing mirror. Yeah, I like how slim that is. I had no idea that it was that slim. And then inside we've got several different, this is gonna be the rear camera, which is gonna be good. Oh, that's another thing about the camera. So, another reason why I like this camera, because this is a mirror, right? And on the mirror, we're going to be able to see the reverse feed in real time. All the time. Not just when it's in reverse, the whole time. That's going to be huge. That's going to be a big change to the difference in the way that I drive. Because, you know, typically you look in the mirror and you'll see, you know, your posts, your seats, your children, and you have this much a mirror window to look through by the end of all of the garbage that's in the way. So this will give you a clean feed of whatever your camera is displaying at all times. And that's gonna be cool for driving at night, driving in the day, whatever. Just a clean view is gonna be wins all day long. But got the rear camera here. So you got plenty of cable to route it. You're supposed to put this either on your tailgate or the back window. We're gonna go back window. Got the power cord there. Ooh, old school USB. Hey, okay. What we got here? Looks like some mounting solutions here, instructions, and then this is a GPS dongle because it will have GPS tracking as well. But let's go take this over to Gotham Hemi and get her installed. All right, y'all, so we about to pull Gotham Hemi out of the garage, get her pulled forward, and begin this install. But you know what that means. You know what that means, right? Because we just did the exhaust last week, right? We just did the exhaust. So I feel like that means I gotta get you guys a cold start. Here we go. All right, y'all. So obviously, you know, the mirror is gonna go there, and then we're gonna run the wiring underneath the headliner, down and around to the back windshield, where we're gonna mount the camera on the back window. So should be a fun install, should be a time-consuming install, but not necessarily a difficult install. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna fully take off the headliner just because I don't feel like I need to. And then also the power, we're gonna route the power from the camera down through the A pillar, through the dashboard, and into the glove panel there. Like I said, I want that full clean look. I don't want any exposed wires, because even the wires coming down from the roof to the top of the camera, if I see those, well, I will see them, but those will actually still irritate me. So let's start this install, man. I should be able to just slide this in here. I always like to go all the way around so I can kind of feel where those tension points are before I start pulling on anything that I've never pulled out before. Because you know, you don't want to break anything. There we go. There's one side. And then typically too, if you run the tool along the edge, if you find those tension points, like the tension points right here. So if you saw, what I do is I run the tool into the seam and then force it towards the tension point. That should pry it away nice and easy. Go. Patience with something like that is key. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 standoffs. Like I said, as you're moving the tool this way, that one's gonna pop that one, it's gonna pop this one, and then this one, you're gonna have to kind of reach in and pry it this way. Now all we have to do is disconnect the power. There we go. It's got a tab right there, and it has a push tab right there, and the whole unit comes free. I almost forgot. Big step we want to do is we want to make sure the product's going to work, but we're going to want to check the fitment, make sure that it's going to go on properly, as well as we want to power it up and see that it actually works. You want to go through the pain of doing an install just to find out that, oh shoot, you know, it's not gonna fit. And then right here we've got these stretchy rubber bands. One goes on the front, on the top I should say, like that, and they're just little hooks. You loop around the hook like so. Yeah, and this is definitely a stretch, to say the least, because the mirror style is just so thick, so chunky. I don't know why, because it's not like there's anything special going on with the mirror, but I got it up there, so it's just kind of chunky and ugly. There we go, boot up screen. And make sure that the camera is working properly. Got this thing from Amazon, so definitely want to be making sure. Because you never know with Amazon, you never know. Okay, there we go. Rear camera's plugged in. See if we get a feed. There we go. Rear camera is a go. So we are all set to go. Testing to see how it looks at the tints. Although it's kind of concerned about how it will look through the tinted rear. But as you can see, hardly a change in clarity. Colors a little bit, but you're still seeing what's out there. So very cool. Let's get this going, man. So what I'm looking at is this seam that runs right around the middle of the car here. As you can see, I've got some give there. So I do believe that I can tuck the cord in there all the way around. This is towards the back of the car now, and this is the back of the headliner. And definitely back here, I've got a lot of room to tuck that cord where I'll be mounting the camera. So see how this goes. It's only a question of, can I get that cable hidden completely out of sight? You know, if it's not completely out of sight, then I'll be removing the whole headliner. But I'm thinking this is gonna be a go. All right, so got the camera here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mock up this install. Basically, I'm just gonna get it into the spot where I like, and I'm just gonna start threading that cable in to see if I can get it in there. And really do a fitment test. I want to run it all the way to the front, figure out what I'm going to do with the excess cable. Basically a test run. And then, so when you have your camera unit, you get your camera unit right here, cables. We'll have this plug in here, and you got this red wire that comes off of it. This red wire right here with an open end. This is what you would connect to your rear view light if you want it to come on when it is in reverse. We don't want that. We want it on all the time, so we do not have to worry about attaching that cable. But just in case you're wondering what it was, that's what it is. Under the headliner, just what we want. Now the real question is, what am I gonna do with all this extra wiring? Right, so I've got all of this excess cable here. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck it right underneath there. But first, I'm not gonna do it, you know, in a bowl of spaghetti, you know, mess. I'm gonna make sure that if ever we have to get under there for whatever reason, if we have to undo the headliner, if we have to do maintenance on, you know, the camera itself. It's gonna be nice and neat. So I got zip ties. I wish I had smaller ones, but I'm gonna zip tie this nice and neat without pinching the cables or anything, just so that the bundle stays nice and neat. And then we're gonna figure out how we get it up there. Yeah, some electrical zip ties would be a lot better than these ones right here, but these were, I thought I had some, but these are the only ones that I have on deck, so it'll have to do. Now, if anything, I might be able to get these to tuck in the liner there. But this isn't exactly the finished product right here. I'm just getting it together so that I can manage it better to try and figure this out. But it looks like we're at a point where we do want to remove this. All right, so there we go. It's a torque screw. If you don't have a set like this with all different types of heads and a little miniature screwdriver, these things are lifesavers. Get you one of these. You go to any hardware store, pick up generic ones for like 10, 15 bucks. You know, doesn't have to be anything fancy, but they are definitely lifesavers. There we go. It's all good though. I don't mind people being curious. Just like that. All right. I'm not sure how to get that one off, but sometimes it's okay to just let it dangle. There we go. So basically all I didn't come down as far as, you know, this cord. I really don't want to mess that up. Like, even though I'm not a passenger and I don't really be using or care about the vanity mirror, you know, I always care about having nice things. I always care about, you know, everything working. Like, I have it if it doesn't work, you know, so I don't want to ruin it. I don't know how to remove that one. I'm sure I could look it up, but just feeling under there, I could feel where the recess was. I found a hole and I just started shoving. So basically what you have here, you know, your moving parts for your sunroof are going to be on the sides right here. You know, there's not going to be too much up here. So as long as there's a recess here, you should be able to get those cables up and out of the way. And then you just want to make sure that you have enough space for your headliner to go back. If it's pushing against your headliner, then you know it's gonna mess everything up. But it went right back into place, so we are good. Next things next, we're gonna put this back up and then work on getting the power routed. Screws. There we go. Look at that. And now that I did that, I'm gonna have to undo it so I can get the power cord. Dang it. Oops. I am going to remove the glove box to finish this install. If you need to know how to remove the glove box, I have done a video prior to that. Just go backwards and check that out. I might include a time lapse, but you know, we're running out of daylight, so I'm gonna start speeding this thing up and get this glove box removed, route the cables, and the next time I pick up the camera, we will be plugging in that power and going from there. Let's get it. All right, y'all, so there we go. We got the main power cord running down the A pillar. snakes in right behind the fascia there, comes back out for a second, and then goes underneath the dashboard. It runs right along the bottom of the dashboard where it comes out right here. Right now this is the only visible cord. I tucked the rest of it right along this body seam right in here. As you can see, there's actually a hole back there where I could have routed it, but didn't see that until just now. But plugged it in right there, nice and discreet. You know, you're never gonna notice that. And then as far as the plan for this stuff, I'm just gonna tuck it right back here. There is, as you can see, the gap right back there. I'm gonna tuck all the excess cord back in there. Glove box will go back on, and it will be a clean install. All right, so it's time to replace the pillar panels here. I've already got the driver's side one in, and basically what I was able to figure out is that this is really kind of an operation that's best done outside of the vehicle. Just the, you know, the angles work better, but you're going to insert the bottom first. Very important, you insert the bottom first. You're going to line these 3 standoffs with their proper alignment, and as long as you follow, as long as you have them lined up, it should go right in. Although this side's seeming to be a little bit. There we go. And just like that, we're all reinstalled. Okay, so I mounted it. I had my wife come stand behind the car, and I have the front dash on so I could see what my view was going to be. I have it installed, but before I button it down, I'm going to take a drive around the block just to see what it looked like. All right, so we are about to go for a run around the block. As you can see, streaming mirror is up. Now I'm expecting it to bounce around a little bit, but I just want to see, you know, the viewing angles, see how it's going to look before finalizing the placement. As you can see already, it's going to be a tremendous difference not having any obstructions to your field of view. And you can turn it off. You can turn it off like that, and now it's a normal mirror, and I can see far less. Let's turn that back on. All right, y'all, there you have it. That was the install process of the Akaso DL12 streaming mirror. Now, look at Gotham Hemi back there. Look at Gotham Hemi back there. Don't look too close, though. Don't look too close. She's pretty dirty. All right, so I was going to do a post-install, you know, review and overview of, you know, the operations of the mirror, show you guys an in-depth look into the mirror as well. But I was pushing the video into like 40-minute territory, and I wasn't trying to do that. So hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss anything. This coming Tuesday for vlog day, I will upload the review of the Akaso DL12. You know, just a hint. I love it. Currently we're 4 months later and it's still on my car, so that right there is pretty indicative of what I think about the mirror itself. But yep, I'm gonna close out the video on this one. Till the next time, I'm Mr. J. Gotham Hemi's way back there, and we out.